Alright, that's what's up. What the deal, YouTube land? This is Are You Serious channel. I want to welcome some of y'all back, welcome some of y'all for the first time. And I just want to start this video off by saying thank y'all that are viewing, that have commented, that have liked my videos, that have subscribed over the course of the past week or so, and everything like that. I just want to let y'all know I appreciate it. I appreciate it. It does a lot for me. And thank y'all again for commenting. Those of you that have commented on a few of my videos and things like this, it really means a lot to me. I want to let y'all know that it means a lot to me. And then I think her name is Danae Woods. Yeah, this one's special for you, baby. Shout out to Danae Woods. She asked me to give her a shout out, and that was for you. That was special for you. Now let's get into it. All right, today I just want to put this out there. I want to speak on this. False entitlement. That's the overall concept. False sense of entitlement. And many things stem from a false sense of entitlement, including racism. Racism stems from a false sense of entitlement, in addition to a natural tendency to want to repel or destroy that in which you are not. So I'm gonna be very careful about how I speak about this, because I know there's a lot of technical terms, there's a lot of definitions, and people have spoken on this topic for years. Obviously, I'm getting my hair out of my face. People have spoken about racism and all types of disagreements among races for ages, for ages. And I specifically want to target false sense of entitlement. Now, I'm wearing a KISS shirt, right? I'm wearing a KISS shirt. I probably got the shirt at Walmart, but I like the colors. Okay, it has red in it, it has yellow in it, it has black and gray. It's a neutral shirt that I can wear with other things. Have I ever listened to the band KISS? I'm gonna be honest, no. I ain't got nothing against these dudes. I like the shirt. I just like the shirt, and other people like the shirt. So I got this shirt. I got the shirt. I get compliments on this shirt all the time. Have I ever listened to the band? No, I haven't. That doesn't make me a hypocrite or a what do you call it? What do you call that? An imposter, right? Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. An imposter. That doesn't make me an imposter. See, I know so much other stuff that I have to search in my brain, and I think other people got to do this too. And I'm about to go off on a tangent. I could feel it coming. I could feel the tangent coming right now. But that does not make me an imposter. I still support the band, obviously, and sometimes I might want to KISS. So it's a subliminal message sometimes too. But again, I like the shirt. It doesn't make me an imposter. I'm not false advertising, whatever. I have never listened to the band KISS. I'm sure it's a great band. That one dude likes to stick his tongue out a lot. Hey, whatever. To each his own. Okay? And that is a good segue into where we're going with this video, because to each his own. We as human beings need to learn how to mind our business. If it ain't your business, stay out of it. If you see something being done wrong to another person, then you can do something about that. And people are stepping up to the plate. I applaud y'all for that. I applaud everyone who does take matters into their own hands and they step in when things are being done wrong to other people. Okay, I do. I totally respect that. I have nothing but the utmost respect for those types of people. I don't respect those that just sit back and just let bad things happen, or agree with the wrongdoer. Y'all gotta speak up. Y'all gotta speak up for, if not yourself, speak up for other people. Anyway, I could feel them tangents. I feel them tangents, because the brain is so vast to the point where, it could easily go in multiple directions at the same time as trying to multitask. Anyway, let's stay focused. False sense of entitlement. Now, I have been binge watching Karen videos off and on. For like the past, I don't know how long, past month or so, because it's entertainment. At the end of the day, it is still entertainment. Even though it's very sad, and in my analysis of some of these videos, some of the content that I've seen, a lot of these Karens are coming from a standpoint of weakness, because they feel like they're being done wrong in that situation, or they may be feeling powerless in the situation. But I'm gonna say it again, they feel like they've been done wrong. So as a result, as a repercussion, they have taken it into their own hands to try and turn the tables, and then they do wrong upon others. Give me a second real quick. Hold on. Give me a second. All right. And I'm going to be completely honest with y'all right here on camera too. I don't even mind. Oh, the phone just fell. See the phone. Maybe I shouldn't say this. Maybe I shouldn't put this information out there. I'm going to say it anyway. I've acted out in public when I felt like I've been done wrong, or when there was no justice from my standpoint given the situation that I was in. I have, so it's basically people telling other people how they feel, through breaking stuff, through yelling. That's a part of the reason why I was put on probation. And when we yell like that and you're dealing with somebody that's logical, that's obviously being calm, you won't win. Because the calmer that person is, and the more hostile you are, bystanders aren't really going to understand why you're acting like that. 1. 2, they're not gonna readily just jump to your defense, because you're the one that's being hostile and breaking stuff and yelling at people and cursing people out and all this. And as much as it's a very sad situation though, actually. It's laughable. Again, it's laughable, it's entertainment and stuff like this, but it's sad because that person that's being called a Karen or a Kevin, whatever people call it, there's weakness there. There's weakness. They feel like there's no justification, like there's no justice for them. And then the cops show up, and then usually they're the ones that wind up getting arrested or something like that, or getting a ticket or a summons or something. Anyway, but a lot of these people are weak, and just to really target this one this one type of situation where people are basically readily calling out people from other countries and oh, you don't belong here, go back to where you're from, go back to Africa, or go back to Nam, or why are you even here, you don't belong here, do you even live here? And questioning people, do you even live here? And they say, oh, well, I've lived here for 50 years and this and that, and people feel entitled. Not only do they feel entitled to defend where they've lived for so long, they feel entitled to disrespect you and tell you how you don't belong there, which is insane. Like that's crazy, yo. That's crazy. Especially if these people, they rent here just like you, or they own here just like you. They pay the same taxes that you pay. They get mail here. They got children just like how you got children, whatever the case may be. There's really, okay, let me tell you like this, and I'm going to say it right here on camera. You don't own nothing. You don't own nothing. You don't own the land. You don't own the house. You don't own the state. Okay? You don't own the business. You don't own the business. Okay? You don't own nothing. You barely even own yourself. You barely even own yourself. You don't own your kids. Because if you owned your kids, if you really owned your kids, you wouldn't even send your kids to school. About 10 or maybe more hours of the day, your kid's not right there in front of your face. They in front of somebody else's face, among other people's kids that are not owned completely by their parents. You own your kids for, let's say, half a day. And then you got them sitting in front of a teacher or a torture, teacher, whatever. I digress on that. For the other half of the day, called a glorified babysitter. Basically, you don't own you don't own nothing. You don't own nothing. Okay? In the government, I digress. Let's hone in on a positive space. Okay, let's hone in on a positive space. Let's bring it down. See? And just as a side note, I have to be responsible for my emotions. And it takes some people a lifetime. It takes some people a whole lifetime to learn this. How to control their emotions. We just go off 0 to 100 trying to express ourselves, because what is life without expression, right? And then you want to defend what you think you own. Like I said, you don't own your land. You don't own your house, because the government can come and take that from you. Okay? You still pay property tax, right? You still pay taxes, don't you? You don't own it. Because if you owned it, you wouldn't have to pay nothing. If you owned it, you would be able to build on it, right? If you owned it, you would be able to build on it without jumping through a whole bunch of loopholes. Think about that for a minute. If you owned it. If you owned it. If you own it, how come they can still take it away from you? Look back in history. All right? At a time of war, the government was able to just walk into people's houses and take their food, okay, in the name of war. Take their food in the name of war, okay? Use their house as a headquarters. This is all history way before I was born. There were 2 world wars. I wasn't here for World War II or World War One or any of the other wars. Okay? I wasn't here for that. That's y'all history. Yeah. Yeah, that's y'all history. The people that was you know, alive back then. Okay? Yeah, that's what you own. Yeah, you own that because you lived through that. You only own your experiences. Really, at the end of the day, because one day you might own, let's say, a pair of sneakers. The next day, you could get robbed for those sneakers. We're renting, we're leasing stuff. Okay? Like yeah, you might have it now, but tomorrow somebody else gonna have it. Think about that. It's very elementary, and I'm not coming at nobody, all right? I just want to say that as a disclaimer too. Like, I'm not coming at anybody, okay? Technically, we don't really even own our bodies on some shit. Human trafficking and all that. People give their bodies up to other people every day. People give their mental up to people every day. So you don't even own that part of your brain or your consciousness or whatever. We're getting deep now. We're getting deep, huh? We're getting deep. Who are you to think that you could tell somebody that this is your country, and somebody else don't belong in it? And then poke your chest out when you say it too. Like, oh, this is my planet. This is my world. You don't belong here. Go somewhere. Go where you came from. What? How ridiculous do you sound? This is my block. I own this block. Get off my block. I was born and raised on this block. My pappy owned this block before this. What? All right. Let's say in a situation like that, right? You tell somebody that this is your street, this is your town, this is your state, this is your country, and you tell somebody that is foreign, you tell a foreigner, right, to go back where they came from. And let's say they decide to pull out a gun and make you beg for your life. These are real case scenarios, people. I'm not trying to threaten nobody. Okay, let's just get that out the way right now. I'm not trying to threaten nobody. Give me a second real quick. I'm just playing devil's advocate. Let's say you talk all that rah-rah stuff and you tell somebody, go back to your country. You don't belong here. This is my country. And you over here you call yourself trying to protect the United States. The United States. Not to mention, there's 50 pentagons on the state flag that you pledge allegiance to. There's 50 pentagrams. And for all y'all, you don't know what a pentagram is, it's a star. Okay. Pentagram is a star, 5-pointed star. Okay? But you turn a pentagram upside down and now it's satanic. Is that not what's happening to the United States? Is the United States not being turned upside down? I'm gonna let that rest on your chest real quick. I'm gonna let that marinate for a minute, and I'm gonna go back to where I just was with that thought. Excuse me. Okay, I'm not gonna sit back too far, and I don't want to make this video too long either. But hey, I just want to speak on it. I just want to speak on it. You have no right to tell people where they belong. Okay, if somebody's on your property, all right, and they're doing an injustice to your property. Okay, yes, you by any means, you tell them, get off my property. I'll call the authorities, or maybe you might decide to take matters into your own hands. Okay, because they're on your property. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I get that. Okay, but you don't own a public establishment. You don't own a public place like a park or something like that. You don't own a park. You don't own a park. Okay, it's not in your power to tell parents what their children are allowed to do at a park, not unless you're with the park service and you're employed by that park and you're on someone's payroll to protect the park or something like that. Okay, then maybe it is, within your duties to tell people what they can and can't do on the park. But you physically don't own the park still. You're just on payroll. Okay, you just on payroll. Let's get that. Let's make this very, very clear. Let's make this very, very clear. You don't own this park. Just like, I'm gonna take it a step up. We about to go even further up the ladder. Okay, let's talk about this Gates guy. You know what I'm talking about. Waspy glasses, whole lot of money. The Gates guy. Okay, Gates. Okay, let's talk about him real quick. He go around purchasing all this land and stuff like that. Yeah. He purchasing all this land. He got all this money. I mean, he has the most farmland, to date under his belt. All right, he owns the most farmland. He don't really own it. Oh, because what? Money says that he owns it? Did he create the land? Did he make the soil? Did he Let me ask y'all this though, because it's mind-boggling that we're following this system. Did he make the soil? Did he make the nutrients within the or the minerals and the macronutrients and the micronutrients and all the little bugs that help decompose everything? Did he create that? Did he make that? Do he make it rain on that land and stuff like that? Well, now they got harp, so maybe they are making it rain. We're not going to talk about that though. That's another video. But did he do that? Did he make the seeds? Did he make this? Well, maybe he did make the seeds, huh? Genetically modified seeds, huh? Maybe he will be making some seeds. Maybe he might be reconstructing the soil, and he could patent it to the point where this is soil that Gates made. This is Gates soil, right? So it goes very, very deep. And that's what this is. That's what this is. People trying to play God. False sense of entitlement is what it is. You're not entitled to nothing. None of us really asked to be here. Some of us didn't ask to be here. Some of us are, we kind of know what we're doing, and maybe we incarnated on purpose. Very true. Then we get into spirituality and all this. But on a spiritual level, you only own yourself until you don't own yourself no more. Like I said, people give themselves away on a regular basis. They do. People give themselves away on a regular basis. Like me giving you, 24 minutes and 45 seconds or whatever out of my day. I'm giving you this piece of myself. All my aneurysms and my dialogue and my dialect, whatever it's all called, and all that, my movements and all that. I'm giving you this piece of myself. Will you ever own the whole me? No. No. Will I ever own the whole you? No. In fact, you probably own more of me than I own of you, because you're seeing all this, and I might see your like, I might see your comment, you know, or if I had like a if I had like a monetized channel, then, you know, maybe you might send me some money or something like that. I don't, you know, I don't see you. I don't have your phone number. We're not going to get lunch or anything like that. But again, and I want to take this time, I want to say shout out to all my new subscribers. Thank y'all, and thank y'all for the likes. And not even all my subscribers. Thank you for all my viewers. Thank you for viewing this content. You know what I mean? Thank you for viewing this. Thank you. I thank you. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I want to let you know that. I appreciate you. If you feel driven to subscribe, then subscribe. If you want to like, you can like too. And if you want to comment, hey, comment away. You know what I mean? And tell me what you think about this type of stuff, because it's real. It's real. These Karen videos is wild though. They wild. You know, they wild. I could let this camera roll and I could think about other stuff to talk about, you know. Racism. Right? And if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette right now. Yeah, even though I work out and I'm trying to, like, you know, be a little healthy and stuff like this, I mean, you know, I got fast metabolism. I still smoke. Hey, it's something to do. I like it. I like smoking. It's bad. It's bad for me. Don't smoke. Don't smoke. But I'm gonna smoke. And when it comes to racism, I really feel like it's a false sense of entitlement. How ridiculous is it to think you own another being when you don't even really own yourself? And it starts with the parents too, because the parents allow this type of behavior to be perpetuated throughout the years. You know, the parents is like that. You know, with the children, they pick up on how their parents act towards other types of people, keeping their distance, looking at them like, you know, like that, just giving them the stink eye and all that. Excuse me. When in all actuality, this person might not want to be that close to you either. I know how I feel out in public. I don't like standing close to certain people. You know, I like beautiful women. I feel like I'm beautiful. I like to be around beautiful people. You know, not saying like, oh, you know, if a person is ugly, then, or if a person just looks gross and disgusting, that I'm not going to respect them, or if they're a different color than me, or if they got all types of rashes on their faces, or they got all types of bumps and they just look like a complete freak show. I won't lose my level of respect for that person, or the, you know, the consciousness within them, you know, because this person could be really smart. We could have a great conversation, but we're just gonna have to have that conversation at somewhat of a distance, because whatever that is on your exterior, I don't want that on my exterior. And that's just out of respect for my own self. I respect you enough to still, you know, not disrespect you and be like, ew, yo, you ugly as hell. Like, get your fat ass away from me, and you fucking, you know, crater face, and, you know, because let's face it, some people just, it can make you lose your meal. Hey, no offense, but these are the facts. Some people look crazy out here. They look crazy. They look, whoa, where did you come from? Like, you know, some stuff like that. But hey, you still have to respect people. And, you know, you still got to respect people. You give respect where respect is due. And if you respect me, I respect you, you know. But respect my space, respect my boundaries. I don't want you that close to me. No offense. Don't take offense to it. I just don't want you that close to me, you know. And then, even when it comes to people that don't look repulsive, if I feel you don't like me, believe me, I damn sure don't like you. Like, for real, like, let's just let that be known right now. I feel like you don't like me, instantly, off the rip, fuck you too. You know, if it's fuck me once, it's fuck you 10 times. If it's fuck me 10 times, it's fuck you 100 times. That's how I feel. That's just me, off the rip. That's just me. That's just me. But I'm trying to show my muscles off. You see me? You see me over here trying to flex a little bit? I'm trying to flex, right? Hey! Oh man, forget about it. But you know, we have to accept the reality that we're in. You know, and let's say things do go way south in the economy, right? Let's say things do go way south. You know, what makes you think that when we disrespect each other like this, or when we treat each other like that, that we're gonna want to help other people after we've been treated, after how we've been treated? Think about that for a minute. When it's in a matter of survival, the tables can turn. The tables can turn. And I'm talking to myself too at the same time. You know, what if I need somebody's help? What if I need somebody's help? And this is my only, this is the only person that can help me. That's real, ain't it? That's real. I gotta think about that, right? You know, you gotta think about that. It's about respect. It is about respect. It is about respect. You just go off of people's vibes. You gotta just learn how to vibe. Learn how to vibe with people. You know, what's the vibe here? You know, what's the vibe here? You don't belong here. You don't belong here. Don't go back to where you came from. You don't say no stuff like that. There's an old saying, right, that goes as follows. If you don't have nothing nice to say, y'all know the rest, don't say it at all. Keep it to yourself. If you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. You keep that to yourself. Because nobody wants